Athletic trainer is sort of hard to describe sometimes because we have a lot of different things that we do.
It can be mother, it can be sister, it can be caretaker, psychologist at times.
The athletic trainer is the one that makes life and death decisions.
It's a difficult job that not everybody's cut out for.
Most simply, we are involved in the prevention and care of athletic injuries.
I think National Athletic Training Month is the opportunity to create awareness, to make people know that, hey, we're athletic trainers and we're in the sports medicine, we're part of the healthcare team.
It's the biggest time for us to get awareness of our profession. So sometimes people don't understand what we do, and so you can take this opportunity to promote this profession in many avenues.
The recognition that it helps to be recognized across the nation that these are folks that do things many times behind the scenes, as we mentioned earlier, to help these athletes to be able to go out there and succeed.
One of the obligations of a football program, it's especially important with the athlete and his family, is to say you're going to have great medical care. We've got very qualified people. We've got doctors that will be right on top of all of our practices and game situations. But we've got on a day-to-day basis the young men, the young women who come in, who tape ankles, who wrap knees, who work on shoulders, all those things, to have competent, qualified people who are friendly in what they do.
Athletic trainers are just as important as coaches. They really are. Of course, you don't see what they do behind the scenes. Just like, the assistant coaches, you really don't see what they do behind the scenes. But it really come hand to hand. If the players ain't healthy, they can't play.
When somebody's got a concern about whether or not they're going to be in a life or death situation, they're not turning to the sports information director, or they're not turning to the strength conditioning coach to save their lives. They're looking for the athletic trainers to do those things.
December of '71, Billy Pickard was the head of trainers, and all the trainers, managers, equipment, everything. We called him Nine-Man Pickard. And I always said when he retired, they'd take 9 people to replace him.
There is no time off. Furthermore, you can't get sick. Suppose Carl and David both showed up sick one day. What do we do with football? What if Mike Rickey or any of our other trainers show up? You can't show up sick. You got to work, so you're never sick.
I look for people that are loyal, or dedicated, who have a great work ethic. I think that's part of the big thing is to be a truly successful athletic trainer. And I think this is true in any profession or job on the grand scheme of things, but you have to be willing to have a great work ethic and be willing to put in the time and energy.
It's very, very important for the trainer to be positive. It's one of those things that, especially coming in as a freshman, you want to hear, you want to be in a positive atmosphere.
Over the years, I can't emphasize enough just how important those trainers were and how hard they worked.
The only other question I have is, does Dave still wear those shorts around the athletic training?
I think he would be, he probably would try to cover those up if he could. Of course, if you noticed, I probably had something on, I still have some of these shorts in my closet for old time's sake. And we used to wear a little plastic belt that used to go around those too. And there's a picture in my office that actually, back in the day when I was a student, when I was your age, Greg, that we all wore all white. And we used to call them our ice cream suits. Because that was what we wore everything. We had white shorts, white shirts. When we went to games day, we had white pants and white shorts, white shoes. So everything we had was all white, because at that time, they thought when you went to a hospital, the nurses and everything of those days, just everything they wore white. So from a sterility type perspective, we wore white. And that was Mr. Pickard's area. That's the area that he grew up in, that we got funneled into us too, even though he got to wear dark pants at the time, as you can see in these other pictures, but we wore all white. So anyway, we've changed those areas a little bit too.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yes, I agree.